I tend to thrive off of that thing called procrastination, and I leave everything for the last minute, but it tends to work out in my favor. So here I am with a last minute readathon for you. Even though it's a little bit late, because we're still in the first week of October. So, that kind of works out for us. Besties, you should know me by now, okay? Okay. The good thing is that it runs for 2 months because, technically fall is, October and November. And actually, it goes into December. So, 2.5 months. So actually, I should update it to 2.5 months because it goes into December. But anyways, we're gonna go into this fall readathon. So the fall readathon that I created is called, I love the title by the way, Autumn Leaves and Scary Please. Ooh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute, Bessie? Like I love it. I love it. So it has 24 prompts, and I also created a bingo template for it, but we'll get into that later. Let me tell you about the prompts because they're pretty fun. I feel like they're pretty easy. It's not nothing crazy. The readathon is nothing crazy. I feel like they're doable. Okay, they're doable. It's pretty cool. And I got a Discord server for all my future readathons. All of that stuff is gonna be linked down below. All right, so let's get into these prompts. I'm looking over here because I have, I can't remember everything, and with epilepsy, even less. But I'm looking over here because I have my laptop. Oh, by the way, this Arizona sweet tea tastes amazing. I gotta have my drink in my video, okay? But I'm not sponsored, so let's just state that before we keep going. Anyways, the first prompt is fall cover. So you take every prompt as you wish, as you will. I'm not the prompt lady. Fall colors, it could be even Halloweenish, because that falls into fall colors. It could be purple and green and black. It could be black and red and white. Anything that falls into fall colors, that works. Now, if you put a book like unicorn colors, for example, I'm a bit like, bestie, does that really look like fall colors to you? Yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? All right. So the next prompt is a book club pick. So as you guys know, I have a Patreon. It's called the Crescent Moon. So if you're interested, that's also linked down below. Being that you're not part of my Patreon, you could always pick a book club pick that you're from, or you can do like a Reese book club or a Barnes and Noble book club. Any book club pick. Another prompt is a shocking twist. Whatever book you're reading, like if it has a shocking twist, boom, there you go. That's your prompt. Now, the next prompt is murder mystery. So, anything that's a murder mystery. The next prompt is not human. That can fall under vampires, werewolves, like anything to that effect that's like not human, kind of like supernatural in a sense. I should have probably named it that.
What's so special about this Bella girl? Edward's so wit.
How come you don't sparkle?
Because I live in the real world where vampires burn in the sun.
Sweet as candy romance. Isn't that a cute name for it? First of all, I was like, oh, I love that. I mean, do I have to explain that? Not really. Moving on to the next prompt. Next prompt is creepy cover. A creepy cover, it can be anything that you think is creepy. I mean, if it's a haunted house and you feel it's creepy, there you go. I mean, the next prompt is face your book fear. So, the reason I thought of that prompt was because of A Little Life. So that was on my September TBR. I never got around to reading it because I was kind of like in a reading slump, and towards the end I was reading a little more. So I moved it over to kind of like this month because I'm in a buddy read and it was extended to 3 months anyways because of the nature of that book. So that's what prompted that prompt. It was like, okay, face your book fear because I'm scared of that book. That book is like, okay, woo. So yeah, that's what that prompt is about. It's like face your book fear. So if you're scared of reading a book, this is your chance to read that book. Or if you're scared to try some new genre, even, like it could be that too. Like if you're a fantasy reader and you're like, oh, I can't read outside of my genre. You could do that too. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're scared to read a particular book. The next prompt is cemetery visit. So basically, I mean, it's a book where a cemetery visit happens.
My favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie.
The next prompt is spooky word in the title. Spooky words, I mean haunting, even something like mist, darkness, anything that's like spooky related. Paranormal is the next prompt. Anything ghost, haunted house. What else is considered paranormal? Anything that's paranormal. Next prompt is Latinx author. So yeah, I mean, this is Latinx Heritage Month, from September 15th to October 15th. So even though, it's from September to October and I just created this readathon, which next year I'm going to make sure that I create it for the whole fall, we're still including a Latinx author. Like, excuse me, Latina here, I have to. There's no doubt about that. Next prompt is cult movie classic. Yes, we have to include those for October. And I mean, if you are like me and you read horror and thrillers and mysteries and stuff like that all year round, come on, bestie. You have to include this. So when it comes to like cult movie classics, we're talking about Psycho, The Exorcist, Halloween, Rosemary's Baby, even like Stephen King books, because all his books are like classics. So yeah. Next prompt is a spooky middle grade, because we have lots of people that love middle grade. I even read middle grade from time to time, so why not? And then we gotta make it spooky. Next one, indigenous author, because November is Indigenous Heritage. Is it called Indigenous Heritage Month? No, I think it's called Indigenous People Month. Something like that. So we gotta celebrate Indigenous people. So hello, we gotta read from an Indigenous author. Enough said. So with that one, what is it? My Heart is a Chainsaw. That's somebody. And there's a few other ones that I can't think of right now. However, again, join the server. We can help you out. Next is Magic and Spells. I don't need to explain that one. Title that begins with N. Self-explanatory. Night Vibes. So with that one, it's pretty much you take it as you wish. Like it could be something about the cover that has night vibes on it, which is probably like the main thing that people would find like easier when it comes to a horror or any type of book, because it could even be a fantasy book with like night type cover or night vibes, or something in the book that gave you that kind of like night vibes, the atmosphere. Dark Academia gave you that night type vibes in it. Disability rep. That was a yes, that has to be in there, because November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. I have epilepsy, so excuse me, I had to put that in there. And also, I will be talking a lot more about my condition in November. So make sure you subscribe and like. Well, I mean, yeah, like this video, by the way. Take that moment to like and subscribe. Turn on those post notification bells, so like that you can, learn a little bit more about this invisible disability. And let me explain that one. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to look for anything, with any a disability, that like epilepsy, because that would be hard. I don't even know if there's books um with that show. Anybody that has like a protagonist or anybody with epilepsy, actually. If you ever read something with that, please comment down below because I don't think I've ever read anything. Maybe I should write something. But yeah, it could be anything, any disability rep. Next one, and I like the title of this prompt, deliciously dark. Ooh, I like the sound of that one.
Oh, behave. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Right, Austin. Ooh, behave, GD. Ooh. So, yeah, anything that falls under dark. So, dark academia, whatever. Dark romance, dark fantasy, anything that's like dark related, Borrow or gifted. So, yeah, self explanatory. Just read anything that was borrowed, borrow from the library, borrow from friends, or anything that was gifted. Yeah. On your TBR for 2+ years, because we all know we have stuff for that long and longer than that. So here's your chance, besties, to knock out something that was on your TBR for 2+ years. The next prompt I like too because it was perfect, for like, well, I say on Thanksgiving. Okay? Okay. It's called TBR leftovers because I thought of, on Thanksgiving and how there's usually like, so much food, the food that's left over. And yeah, so I thought like, okay, a TBR leftover would be cute because, for the most part, if you're like me and you usually always have something left over from the previous month or the month before that or the month before that. Yeah, this is your chance to, knock that one out, hopefully. Yeah, TBR leftover. There you go. You're welcome. And the next one is so cute too, because I'm thankful for you. No, but I really am, bestie. I love you. And thank you for watching. But we're not done. Don't leave. It's either you're thankful for you, the author, like a favorite author, and you just been wanting to read their book, or you're thankful for you, like me, okay? And you're going to read the book that I've been recommending in like every Barnes and Noble video that I freaking So yeah. So that's what thankful for you is. And those are the 24 prompts and my explanation of them. Now let's get into the guidelines of the readathon. There are 4 levels. So one is a just for fun level, which you're not really worried about bingos. You're just seeing like what you could do, how many you can do. You're just basically like challenging yourself and seeing what you could do. Then there's the beginner level. For that level, you're trying to aim for 2 to 4 bingos. Then there's the intermediate level. The intermediate level is 4 to 8 bingos. Then there's the advanced level. And the advanced level, you going all in. You filling up that whole board. You're like, bestie, what? I am doing it all. Like, you going in. All right. So that's the different type of levels that you're aiming for. And then for all levels, you are allowed to choose, 3 different books that you want to double up prompts on, as a way to like kind of like help. However, you can also choose to not do that. Choose 2 books, or you could just choose 1 book to double up, or choose none. If you choose none, I'm like, hail to you. And you know who I think is gonna do that? My wifey, and because she's already knocking out some of these prompts as is. I think she already knocked out 3 of those prompts. And I'm like, we're only in the freaking first week of October. The other thing is that for my Patreon members only, you know, being that we're a wolf pack, we have like a currency system and they get to earn moonstone. And for those moonstones, they get to use it for a certain thing because we have our wild fang wolf camp. So that's why, like, if you join, you're going to see that for that it's gonna say Patreon members only, Moonstone, so like that you're not confused as to like, hey, what's this? Why I'm not getting this or whatever. But yeah, that's why I wanted to just mention that. I do have a Discord server. It's free. This one is free. It's not my Patreon. My Patreon is different. That's, you know, if you want to show support to me as a creator. It's called the Crescent Moon Readathons. All my readathons that I create and announce on here, that stuff will all be in there, and like little events and stuff, I'll do them in there too. However, things that will be specific to like my Patreon and things like that, of course that will be strictly for my Patreon. And even if you don't participate fully in this one, like still join, because then I'm going to do a winter one. There's gonna be monthly challenges. There's going to be like other readathons. There's gonna be the yearly challenges that I have in there that you can join, even though we're already like towards the end of the year, but maybe you're doing one already and you can like transfer it into here, because I mean, why not? You're gonna be doing it with other people, and then when the new year comes, you'll be doing it with us, and then it's gonna be cool because we're doing it together, bestie. I get so excited for this stuff. Like, I'm such a dweeb. Like, comment down below if you get excited, because I get excited for this stuff. I'll be like, especially when I create stuff like this, I'll be like, woo! Like all of us in the Patreon, we was mad excited and hyped, like, oh, a challenge, a readathon, oh yeah. You're gonna see too when you join the Crescent Moon readathons, there's gonna be some stuff because I'm still putting things in and I'm still making it all aesthetic and cute for you guys. That's the other thing I'm excited about. It's so cute, guys. Oh my god, I can't wait till you join, besties. Oh, I'm excited. I hope you're excited for this readathon. And make sure you don't forget to join the free server for the readathon. I better see you there, bestie. I better see you there. And don't forget to watch this video if you haven't watched it already. And I love you long time. And don't forget this video. And make sure you join and watch this video. Love you.